Welcome grade 11s. I want to welcome you to the Junior Tikkie Summer School. So there will be a series of videos which will be live streamed in the next few weeks on our Junior Tikkie.online platform. Please use the given material as revision and also look at all the grade 11 content on our platform. So let's get started. I am Ms. Kutsia, and today we will look at grade 11 life science papers from November 2021. Our first question we're going to look at is question 1.4. So this question is shorter contextual questions. You will see that there's only mark allocations of 1 and 2. So there's not really very long questions in this section. And this is regarding the human urinary system. So let's quickly have a look at our urinary system, a small summary. So this is our external part or our view. It's not our microscopic view of the urinary system. So firstly, we will have the aorta. So remember in this picture, it's quite easy to identify that this is the aorta as it is in red. So it means that it contains oxygenated blood. It's bringing blood from the heart to the organs. So, but in a question paper, your paper is printed in black and white. So then you will have to focus on the indication of the arrows. So there you will see two green arrows. So the one arrow pointing towards, or that it indicates that the blood flow comes from the heart towards the kidneys or to the organs. That will indicate that it's the aorta. Then the second blood vessel is the vena cava inferior. So as you remember from grade 10, we had the inferior and the superior. So the inferior is actually bringing deoxygenated blood from the bottom part of the heart or the body back to the heart. So that will also be indicated by an arrow pointing upwards, which indicates that blood flow is towards the heart. Then I specifically have my right kidney. So always remember it's vice versa from what you will allocate to your left and right as you are looking at someone else's kidney. It's as if the person is facing you. So this will be your right kidney. Then we have the ureter. We actually have two that connects the kidneys to the bladder. Then we have a bladder. We have the bladder which stores urine. And then we have the urethra. So this is a small tube that transports urine out of the body. So let's read question 1.4. So it says, the diagram below represents the human urinary system. So there they've given you the arrows to indicate if it's the aorta or the vena cava inferior. And then there's a few labels. So the first question asks, question 1.4.1, label part G and then also label part F. So what I like to do, my suggestion is to first quickly fill in all the labels because we tend to quickly forget, because we are under stress, to quickly forget the name of a specific label. So in quick and pencil, I'll quickly write in all the labels, and that you must always remember is a suggestion. If a suggestion doesn't work for you, then please don't use it. Don't put yourself in or out of your comfort zone. Then they say name the main blood vessel that transports deoxygenated blood back to the heart. So we will have to look at the direction of the arrows. Or name the main blood vessel that is under high blood pressure. So this is a little bit of knowledge coming from grade 10. Then give the letter and the name. So this I have seen a lot in grade 12 as well, where learners then only give the letter or only give the name, and then they lose 1 mark. So remember, you get 1 mark for the letter and 1 mark for the name. So the part that collects and stores urine, the blood vessel that transports oxygenated blood directly to the kidney. Then they also want the letter and the name of the tube that transports urine from the kidney to part E. So it is very important for you to know that part E in this case is the bladder. So let's look at my memorandum. So question 1.4.1 asked you to label F and G. So F is going to be G is going to be your renal vein. So we have to look at the arrow that's given at the top. So if we look at the arrow at the top, that will identify that structure A is actually the vena cava inferior. But because the blood flow is away from the organ, it makes it a vein, because a vein takes blood back to the heart. And then structure F is the urethra. Then there are the main blood vessels that transports deoxygenated blood. So again, we look at our arrow, which is the vena cava inferior, as it's taking blood back to the heart. Then the blood vessel that is under high blood pressure, that will be the aorta. And then give the letter and the name of the following. So remember, 1 mark for the letter, 1 mark for the name. So the part that collects and stores urine, so there it will be letter number E, and then this name is going to be the bladder. Then the blood vessel that transports oxygenated blood directly to the kidney. So it's not the aorta. So it's the blood vessel that transports the blood into the kidney. So that's going to be label number C or letter number C, which is the renal artery. So remember, an artery always takes blood away from the heart. Then lastly, the tube that transports urine from the kidney to part E. So remember, part E is the bladder. So that's going to be letter D, and that's the ureter. Thank you, Junior Tukkies. Please make sure that you watch our next videos.